Hi everyone, my name is Sofia Vignolo, and today I will be presenting my final project for this class. The objective for this project is to create a user-friendly and secure way for non-coding researchers to view data. This has a particular application for my current job. I have to generate a lot of analytic outputs and send this data to a lot of collaborators, and they are not able to code and generate these graphs or just these visuals. So I need a way for them to be able to interact and view what they want to view, and have this on a centralized platform. And because of this, I decided to make a Shiny app by RStudio and launch it on an EC2. The reason that the EC2 is very important is because I don't want to share this data with the entire world. I just want a specific group of people accessing this data. And because of that, I can select certain IP addresses to reach this Shiny app. And to give you guys a bit of a more detailed overview, the app is developed on a local machine on RStudio, and it's tested and previewed to make sure it looks as desired. It is then set up on an EC2, so I have to fire up an EC2, make an elastic IP address, that way when I start and stop the instance, the IP does not change. And I install the packages, everything that's needed, and the application that I have previously developed. Then I share the link with my collaborators and they were able to view this app. If there ever needs to be any feedback in terms of making new analytic outputs, or something needs to be removed or added or updated, I can change that directly in the EC2, and the collaborators, whenever they refresh that browser, they'll be able to see the latest information. This way, I'm able to have one centralized location for all of my outputs, and they're going to be the most updated. So I don't have to be worrying about emailing everyone about what's the most updated version of a file or anything like that. It's all in here. And to show you guys a bit of a live demo on how this happens, I have here the scripts of my Shiny app. It's done in two separate scripts. One is called the UI, the user interface, and the other one is the server. The UI kind of shows the framework of how that Shiny app will look. So what kind of panels, and if you want radio buttons or sliders or tabs of sorts. And then the server script will kind of more detailed show what it's going to be on those aspects of the user interface. So in this slider, put this information. In the radio buttons, put this information, so on and so forth. And the EC2 that I fired up, as you can see here, oh, this is the security group, my apologies. The EC2 is an Ubuntu instance. I selected a T2 micro because my app is not very large. But if you have, very large data you want to show, then maybe a bit larger with some volumes can be used. And the security groups that I wanted to show you guys also is that I have my IP addresses to SSH into the machine. That way I can install the application, all the necessary packages. And right now I have it open to the world, but ideally I would have only the IP addresses of my collaborators accessing the port 3838, which is where the Shiny app is launched. And as you can see here, my instance with an elastic IP, that way that doesn't change, connected to port 3838, shows my Shiny app. This is just a very simple one with a bunch of random numbers, n equal to whatever the user inputs, and different distributions, the normal, log normal, and exponential, as well as these are the different tabs that you can view. So you have the plot, which is a histogram, a summary table of some statistical values, and the raw data of those generated, which is equal to whatever the user input as the number of observations. So you can see this is a very simple way to show some data, have it all centralized in one location, and the link will not change. So it's really good if you want to add more data, for example, another plot or anything like that. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation today, and please let me know if you guys have any questions.